doing something a little weird here. I am stopping in the middle of the film, well, not quite the middle, so that I can start doing this, and then I will finish this later. This is on YouTube for free. The biggest thought that comes to mind after, oh wow, check it out, it's Hodor, is wasted potential. We have some very solid actors in this film. We have some decent atmosphere being created, but the dialogue is so stilted. One has trouble accepting anything that is being said on the screen because it doesn't sound like it's naturally coming from the people saying it. And that affects how you view the entire film. If they can't be convincing, and in this case, I don't think it's the actors, I think it's the script. Okay, so we have an abbey, and monks are dying. A man who is an inquisitor, a fairly young inquisitor, I gather he's been just recently elevated to this position, is coming to this abbey because he has been summoned by said abbey. Not by the leader of the abbey. He's not quite right in the head. See, he likes the idea of having everybody in the village being superstitious, because superstition is something you can kind of control. Facts just sit there and stare at you. So the young inquisitor, is trying to figure out if this young girl is a witch. He doesn't believe she is. After a while, he's not so sure, because after she has died during one of the tests to prove if she's a witch or not, and in theory, since she died, she's innocent. That's the way it usually went. If you drowned, you were innocent. If you survived, you didn't. Although in this case, they dunk her in this barrel with a cross over the top of it, and all she has to do is sit there in the water, drowning, staring at the cross, and then when they bring her out, take one breath, and she is declared innocent. Well, it doesn't work. And then another monk dies, and they start questioning this lead abbot, person of the abbey, rather, sorry. He decides that the inquisitor is under the witch's spell. So he starts basically setting it up so that he will now be set through the trial to see if he is in league with the devil. He's not. But there are a lot of things about esoteric matters that clearly he doesn't fully understand. He makes an effort to try to understand, but he doesn't. The girl does come back from the dead, but not because she's a witch. She is basically a curse that the abbey has invoked upon themselves by killing an innocent girl, which is kind of a neat twist. It is free. It is on YouTube right now. A lot of the reviews I saw for it, much like I said at the beginning, wasted potential. Yes, there is a lot of wasted potential in here. There's not a whole lot of special effects. The film, it's set very dark to reflect a mood, but unfortunately, especially if there's any sort of light that might hit your TV, a dark screen means that you don't see a whole lot. So there are a lot of things that priest monks are spazzing out over, and you just kind of sit there going, okay, what's the problem? You want to show me what the problem was? At any rate, just for information's sake, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live was not in the Torah. This is something that was put into the Judeo-Christian Bible to satisfy a king in England who had an issue with wishes. Just a little side note of, facts that will sit there and stare you in the face.